Hey everyone. Today me and Amit are going to be discussing about the topic which is very close to our hearts. That's entrepreneurship, and let's take a deep dive into what drives people to be an entrepreneur. And we can start with what drove you, Amit, to be an entrepreneur.
I think, like a lot of people, what drove me was a sense of, fulfilling one's own potential, right? Living up to one's own capacity of doing whatever you want to do. If you feel like you can do more and you can't do it, that feels less than perfect, right? So that need to do whatever one could do at any given point in time, particularly when it comes to creating value for the whole situation, right? As you see it, that's actually what drives me, and of course, when you see that, then, you can't do everything, right? So what you see and what you can do is filtered through what you know and what you're good at and what you like doing and things like that, right? So when I say anyone can do anything, it's really what they want to do, right? What they have the knack to do, what they have the desire to do. And if you can tap into that and apply that to what is needed in the moment, then that's a natural form of, like they say, necessity is the mother of invention, right? So you become an entrepreneur because you need to make money. A lot of times that's one of the main reasons why people become entrepreneurs. Right? But it's also more than that. It's also why this kind of entrepreneurship versus some other kind of entrepreneurship. And that, I think, has to do with the art of whatever that it is you're involved in. So it's a painting that you're creating, because, in the end of the day, you only need a certain amount of money to live. The rest of it is only for some other purpose.
Exactly. So how much does profit motive has to play in the life of an entrepreneur?
So, we have to become clear and distinguish between entrepreneurialism and, being an artist, or having a hobby, right? So all three are doing things they love. The thing which distinguishes a business from an activity that you love is the fact that you're making money from it. Now, it doesn't have to be greedy. You don't have to become like, the world's most greediest business, which, but the fact that you make a profit is what defines a business, right? Like, I mean, you can't be like, oh, I'm a loss-making business. Then why do you call yourself a business? It's like, you're not a business, right? Like, you're just loss-making, wasting money, right? You're just spending money. You're just spending money, right? So what is a business? You earn and spend. If your earnings is more than what you spend, you're a business, right? It doesn't have to be like dramatically more. It should be more. It should be as much more as it can be, but not at the extent or to the with the expense of other people or other natural commons or whatever it is, right? So as long as society can tolerate, or is acceptable to society, in the society you live in, how you want your society to be, you operate the way you can within the legal framework and all that other stuff, right? So one sees the whole and one sees one's place in it. And the function that one plays is with respect to only others. With yourself, what function you play? You are yourself. There's no function, So the function is only with respect to others, right? One exists, right? But for others, it is a relationship, because it's now it's a relative existence, right? It's a relative existence. It's not an independent, existence. So the minute you're in a relative existence, you have to think about other people and other things and the relationships with yourself and the other things. And then if you see the whole universe as a set of relationships, then you have a network, a connected network that is just a bunch of relationships that exist between people. After all, what is a person? You know them by a name. And then what, right? Each person is a independent existence and a set of relationships to others.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So we are.
But
yeah, go ahead.
So I was just thinking about the risks and the rewards, like for being an entrepreneur. So as a relation or as an identity, as a person, you can be in any other setup that you want to be, that's more secure, that can be more predictable. But if you identify yourself as an entrepreneur, there is an inbuilt risk, and there is, of course, there's reward. And so what's your take on that? And like, is there a like a inbuilt thing in people who are more inclined towards risk? Yeah.
So when you think about security, what exactly do you mean,
In this respect, where I'm coming from a financial security point of view, like a regular stream of income, or the person is certain that
So here's
there
the
is
thing,
a
right?
something.
Here's the thing. So how entrepreneurial you want to be is restricted by how much you want today, in the sense that it is not actually about security. Because, unless you're like in some situation where you need money for some treatments, or, you need some, specific like issues you're dealing with, or whatever that might be, most people who are young and relatively healthy, right? Or not even young, but just relatively healthy people, how much money do they think they actually need to live a decent life? Now that becomes a question. That becomes a question of where you live and how you live and thousands of things, which have nothing to do with my question. Which means that if you're attached to where you live and how you live and your house and your this and that and all that, the things which have nothing to do with what you really need to live.
Yeah, I get that.
You're never going to be able to do an entrepreneurial thing, because you're attached to small immediate gratifications that you're comparing with other people. Oh, I will not have a car, I will not have a house for a while, or whatever that your situation might be for a while. You're not comfortable with that because you're comparing it with other people. Because if you're really just focused on yourself, you wouldn't care what other people thought. If you're an artist, if you're passionate about what you do you think people care? You will care about what other people say? No. So what is it that's lacking? You see, the question of security arises when you don't have passion. And then you're thinking in terms of objects. What will I get and what will happen, and all this nonsense talk. Because actually whatever happens, you will deal with it. If you didn't have money, what will happen? You think you'll die off? You think everybody doesn't have money dies? No. Right? They're living. So the thing is, we are attached to certain ways of living. And where I live, and all the stories that go with it. Oh, but I was born here and my friends are here. Right? As if that's something that is special. People move. So what? Right? Like people do all kinds of things. So if you're attached to your own history and your own identity, then you will be searching for security, because that's not a real identity. That's only circumstantial identities.
You are in that situation.
Very much clarity whether am I the situation, or am I the person who is just going through a situation and I'm in full consciousness of it, or am I the situation and now I'm stuck and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't do anything and blah blah blah. It's a very simple thing. So if you're clear, then this doesn't happen. This question of entrepreneurship is a meaningless question. If you have enjoyment doing something, go and do that. The question of living will come automatically. Now, the question of a business and scaling the business, that's two different things. Now it's a question of, understanding what the business needs and all of that stuff. But you're separate from the business. You're not connected to it in a way that, oh my God, can I do it? And am I doing this? And what will happen to my house and this and that? Right? And it seems simplistic, but it is a fact. There's no going around it. This is it. You can look at anybody. There's nothing else. You can say, oh, but they had this and but they had that. All of that is circumstantial. If you want to do it, this is it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all. So become clear on what you want to do and do it. That's it. If it's a valuable activity, why won't it scale up to be a big business? Because everybody wants value. And we already discussed value. If you want to make value, make it for others, not for yourself.
That's what I was coming on to, that being an entrepreneur where you empower a lot of other people, where you get your share, whatever share you're looking for, where you get your share when others make their share, others make money. That's a way of business, or that's a way of entrepreneurship which is I think like kind of different from the usual business perspective. And that's how we can empower people. I'm not like general people, but people who are having a little bit of leeway, or who are having a little bit of mindset to do something else out of what they're doing right now. And
Absolutely right.
we have created a setup where it is easy and convenient, and it's like there's no initial cost. You just come in, put in your time, put in your effort.
Of the individual in the vein of the internet that was meant to empower you as an individual. When you connect to the whole network of everything, if I was a Facebook employee and I connected to the Facebook internal network, I get a lot of support. Right?
Yeah.
Technically, LinkedIn as an external membership, I should be able to connect to all the people on LinkedIn and get some support, right? What kind of support I get today?
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag because people don't know what it is to co-create value. If you're out for yourself, then where is the question of co-creation? And where is the question of scaling? Scaling what? Scaling how much money you have in your own bank account, or you want to scale everybody on the planet, their bank account?
Yeah.
What is the ambition here? It's a very simple ambition. I want to make everybody rich. Everybody wants to be rich, right? Like, but I have one desire. I want to make everybody rich. I want to make everyone's dreams come true. I want to make an internet that is awake. I want the internet to work for people. I want them to feel a part of everything because they are connected to the whole universe. So feel the actual connection and be the actual internet, because we are the networks that we are. You know? So if we all work clearly together, there is no doubt that the entire transformation can occur in internet time. This is the most viral, concept of what? Awakening people to their own truth that, hey, everybody wants to make money. If we all make money together, we can make any amount of money. Where is the question of any other platform coming in the middle?
There's no restriction. There's nothing. I mean, like, you can do whatever you want to do.
The world is changed only by a few small group of people, passionate people working, together to do something great. There's nothing else on the planet that has ever made any changes to the scale that we want.
That's a really good note to end our discussion on entrepreneurship today, I guess.
I hope so.
So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for talking about entrepreneurship and letting us know, or letting people believe that it's the clarity of mind that you need. That's all. Thanks.
Indeed. Thank you.